I just want to try to put this behind me and move on with my life and move forward with my family, you know? Take one day at a time, one step at a time, and just go from there.
He was competent to waive his Miranda rights, and he was competent to stand trial after being examined by medical professionals. He then went to trial, and on the second day of the trial, he pled guilty. Another thing that seemed to be glaringly absent from any accounting was that this was a guilty plea. A guilty plea is a plea under oath. He was not convicted by a jury or a judge. He was convicted, by his own words, in a guilty plea. Again, Vincent Smothers was called to testify twice and refused to testify on 2 occasions. So what we had left at that point was the defendant's plea under oath, and Smothers, a man who had killed multiple people, an affidavit that was sparse, and I'll get into more detail about that later, and a man who refused to put any testimony about his supposed involvement under oath in court, and was given more than one opportunity to do so. The Michigan State Police unearthed new information not available to us at the time this case was charged. It wasn't available to us at the time of the trial and subsequent plea on the second day of trial, and it wasn't available to us at the time of the prior post-conviction litigation that I've been talking about that took place for that over 2-year period. This new information is what leads us here today, or led us to do what we did a few days ago. It has undermined Mr. Sanford's confession and plea, and as a result, we agreed to vacate his conviction and dismiss the case. 20 days ago. 20 days ago. Not 9 years ago. 20 days ago. Every day, our appellate division receives motions and letters from defendants and prisoners who pleaded guilty and now regret that decision. Statements under oath to the court matter and must be held in the highest regard, which is why justice is not served by overturning every conviction by plea when a motion is simply received without investigation or without court scrutiny. But when the evidence undermining a conviction is discovered and a full investigation, in this case that was done by MSP, is completed, we act, and we acted. For us, the result of the investigation of Michigan State Police showed us that our building blocks of this investigation were now in question. And since they are now in question, we moved to take the actions that we've taken in the last few days.